right, jabronis, we're back. And if you thought I was going to have good news on the Lowe's grill order update front, you could take a hike right now. Because I got an update for you, and we're going to get into it in the Junction. But first, before we do that, hope everyone had a good week. I certainly had an interesting one. I'm recording this a little earlier again because I'm going to be out and about in hot Atlanta this coming weekend. So I'm not going to have time to record last minute. So this is getting done. I don't know what day this is. Wednesday, the 5th, Cinco de Mayo. We're recording this. All you assholes are out there drinking, celebrating a holiday that means nothing to you. It barely means anything to the Mexican people. They don't give a shit about it. But if it's an excuse to go out and be alcoholics and degenerates and drunks, then you know what? Have at it. Meanwhile, you got the workhorses in the studio, in the compound, getting their reps in, getting shit done, giving the people what they want. So don't forget that. That's what we do here. Now, before we get into it, I gotta talk about this commercial I'm seeing on Comedy Central. Now, I talked about in the past how much I hate Comedy Central these days, but they do play things that I still like. They got The Office going on a regular basis. I can keep that on the background. They got South Park on a regular basis. That's another background show I love having on. And then they got that. A lot of times they have good Adam Sandler movies, or any of them. I love all Adam Sandler movies. And they'll play those on the weekend sometimes. So I like keeping it on for that reason. However, I still think they suck otherwise. Those are the three good things you do. That's all you do. 3 good things. Figure it out, Comedy Central. Anyway, speaking of shitty things that Comedy Central does, they got this commercial out that I don't even know how to describe what they're attempting to do. So the commercial was about this thing they call now movies with breaks. And they're touting this whole new thing that they're doing for weekend movies that they're running. By the way, one of the movies that they're running this coming weekend is Anchorman 2. I don't even know how that movie got made to begin with. And the fact that they're putting it on repeat all weekend, and this is not the first time they're doing that, that should be an indicator enough that Comedy Central has gone down the tubes. But regardless, they got this movies with breaks thing touting about, oh, you know how you like to pause movies to get up and go get drinks and hit the bathrooms and use the toilet and do whatever. Well, now Comedy Central, we're offering movies with breaks so that we do the pausing for you. Now, here's the secret, folks, because they started this last weekend. So the weekend of the first Lowe's customer service update episode 54, that same weekend, they were doing the same movies with breaks. Spoiler alert, the breaks are commercials. So Comedy Central is not doing anything different than what every other news TV station ever does when they play movies. They have commercial breaks, and they call that movies with breaks so you can go get up and get food and do your how you doings. Now, again, I don't know how to identify what they're attempting to do. I don't know if they're so inept and stupid that they actually think they're doing something new, or do they think we're so stupid as the American people in Jabroni Junction that we're going to believe that commercial breaks are somehow different than other TV stations' commercial breaks? And this kind of goes into what we were talking about previously when I talked months ago about how TV and media are just trying to play us for stupid, idiot, sheep, morons. They just think, oh, we'll just call it something different than commercials, and these fucking jerk-offs will eat it up. Sorry, Terrence, family show. I know. I'm already heated. I don't know. What are we, 4 minutes in? What I'm trying to say is we have to do better as citizens, as jabronis of the Junction, to push back on this. They're only doing this stuff because we're eating it up. We're buying right into it. We got to attack back. We got to re-attack. We can't just sit on our asses and let this continue to happen. Otherwise, we're going to keep getting movies with breaks ideas. We're going to keep getting Fatso Honey Boo Boo Family. We're going to keep getting 90 Day Fiance, where they're on camera recording green card marriages, illegal green card marriages. They're recording it for entertainment value, for us stupid idiots to regurgitate and absorb. And then push out to our friends. Oh, did you see 90 Day Fiance? That's what they're doing here. We have to be better. We have to be better as a country overall. We just have to do it. And it starts with us and starts with this now. Change the channel when that shit comes on. Go right to them, right to your congressman. Do what you got to do to let them know. Make it be heard that we're on to them. We know that these are just commercial breaks. We cannot let them get away with it. Now that I'm heated, at least I had a decent weekend with my family. We got pipes fixed. We got pizza. Not pizza pipeline, wet cat, but we did get pizza. And I enjoyed a nice evening with my brother, Nicky Sticks, my brother-in-law, another friend, old Greg. We went and enjoyed a cigar and some drinks after the party, after the kids' piss pants party. So that portion was good. I will say that. So instead of me just bitching about Comedy Central sucking and Lowe sucking even harder, I did have a good weekend with my family, and that's something I can always count on, is being able to go home and enjoy some shenanigans and antics with my family. Sorry, I had a little technical difficulties. Well, not really. I don't want to say that because I didn't fuck up this time. Sorry, Terrence Family Show. I got a phone call actually from Lowe's. So again, I'll give you the updates in the Junction. In the meantime, let's just step to the cage.
Okay, let's run.
All right. Today's Into the Cage segment is proudly sponsored by Shoe La La. If you need a fancy men's shoe for a special occasion, then Shoe La La is the place for you. Whether it's for a wedding or the day your wife has a kid, Shoe La La will be there to meet your needs. So visit www.houselelounging.com/date Mike to get 8% off your first pair of fancy men's shoes. So again, if you need a special occasion, wedding, first kid, lounging around the house, Shoe La La is the place to go. 8% off is a pretty good deal on shoes these days, even though it costs $1 to make shoes and they sell them for $180. Thanks a lot, Nike. But go check it out. Shoe La La, good spot, good discount, good sponsor, fake sponsor. All right, so the fact today, going off of last week's fact about the cockroach and Vampire's Kiss and Nick Cage, the people on the set of Vampire's Kiss, the leadership, if you will, consulted with a doctor on the safety and medical issues that could arise from eating a cockroach. The doctor was kind of befuddled, I guess, but he said, no, it should be fine, but to play it safe, wash it down with some whiskey afterwards, and that should take care of any sort of germs or whatever, might arise from, eating a live real cockroach. So Cage took that and obviously Cageified it, of course, and he decided that I'm going to shoot this down with chase it down. I don't know, what do you call it? Shoot it, chase it, whatever. He decided to chase it down with several shots of 100 proof vodka. Now, I don't know if he decided to continue shooting more film after that, or if that was the end of the day. I can't imagine what it would be like watching Nick Cage drunk on 100 proof vodka to continue filming Vampire's Kiss. I hope that's the case. Either way, even if he was sober, go watch the movie and you see how ridiculous he is, and you won't be able to tell whether he's sober or drunk. He could have been both. I can completely see him being sober and doing that same performance because he's such a dynamic presence, for lack of a better term. But anyway, wild stuff. I don't know. I think there's more facts. I got to go dig into my archives of facts. I think there's more Vampire Kiss facts. So maybe next week there'll be more. Trying to get a special guest for next week, a return guest. So we'll see what we get for that. But yeah, stay tuned for more Vampire's Kiss facts. But that is the Cage fact for today. Now, moving on into the Junction, spin the logo up. We'll also run the Stugotz of the Week clip right here.
Stugotz? Fucking Goomba Trash.
Now, this might be the first back-to-back Stugotz of the Week champ that we have in Lowe's customer service. So now, if you're not tracking what I'm talking about, go back to last week, episode 54. Stop being lazy. Go catch up and listen to that episode, because that'll run you through the beginning stages of my saga with Lowe's customer service. Now, at the end of that episode, I said, hopefully by the end of the weekend, I have a grill for my parents to use, and then we got clean pipes and pizza, right? I said hopefully because I knew something didn't smell right. It wasn't passing the old Humpty Hump sniff test. We get to let's fast forward, let's go to the weekend now. Okay? I'm there for my nephew's birthday party. It's on 1st of May, Saturday, 1 May. Also, the time I scheduled to pick up the new grill, which was, by the way, specifically assembled and reserved and tagged for me by their big-time regional manager, not the assistant to the regional manager, but Brent, the big regional manager. And I don't mind mentioning his name because I told him I'm remembering his name and I'm referencing it as often as I can because he put his stamp of approval on this grill. And he put it in the back and he said, you come 1 May and I'll have a grill for you. So me and Nikki Sticks get on the open road to Union, New Jersey, to this particular location where they have several of these grills. I get to the customer pickup section, give them my order, tell them Brent sent me. He's got one in the back. And they're like, oh, yeah, I remember. Brent's got you hooked up. Well, they go to the back and they come back to the front with no grill. And the lady says, nice lady, not going to mention her name. She says, sir, I don't know where that grill went, but I got the other person, another person, I'm not going to mention her name either. She was useless. I'll get to that in a second. I got this other person, Sandy, we'll call her. She's getting you the other grill that we have that's already assembled, same grill. I'm not sure where your tagged specific one was, but we got this one. So while they're wheeling it out, me and Nikki Sticks are waiting, and I'm kind of pontificating internally on what I think might have happened. Now, I think, and this might be jaded, and I'm no longer giving them the benefit of the doubt. I've done that already. That's gone. That privilege is no longer afforded to them, the benefit of the doubt, like I usually preach. They got that, and they burned that. What I think happened is these dumb bastards had someone call in requesting one of these grills, and they just pulled the tag off of mine and gave it to some other schmuck. And now that bastard is cooking on my grill. Now, you think, cool your jets, Libretti, because you're getting a grill. Sandy's bringing the other grill for you. Okay, got it. We get this grill from Sandy. She opens the lid. This is key here. She opens the lid to pull out some empty boxes or whatever from the grill, which makes me think, okay, this was just assembled recently. There's some boxes and stuff and how you doing's in there. Got it. Sandy opened the grill, looked inside the grill, grabbed the empty crap and left the manual in there. Okay. Key. This is key. Now we go get our receipt. Nikki Sticks and I go bring it to the truck. As we're putting it up in the truck, we notice a couple missing screws and some minor spots. And I did a very quick look. Now here's a lesson for you that I learned the hard way for you. What I did not do then and there before lifting this heavy grill up into my truck is I did not do a full inspection of the grill. Okay, that's a mistake on my part, a rookie mistake, but a hard lesson that needed to be learned for the people of the Junction, okay? So I make the sacrifices for you. Never forget it. Don't forget to vote 2024. So I did a very quick how you doing? Just to see make sure the manual is in there. I saw the end of the manual. It was like kind of peeking out a little bit. And I noticed very briefly there's some residue on the grates, on the grill grates. So looks slightly used, plus the missing screws. I go back into the store, meet with not a manager yet, but another associate, and not Sandy. And I'll provide my accusations on Sandy in a bit here. Go over and I get to this guy and I tell him, hey, look, this grill that you just brought out for me, missing some screws, looks slightly used, like you tested it or something. And he goes, okay, I'll give you some discount money off. Okay, I was accepting of that at that time. It was already in the truck. The mistake has been made, and I didn't realize it yet, but the mistake has been made that I didn't inspect fully. Get the discount, a couple bucks, good enough for me at the time. We drive it back an hour to the crazy Carroll compound. We take this damn thing off the truck, get it through the house to the back patio. Now we're going to hook up the propane, do a full inspection, and get this thing up and running for the weekend. This is where I realize my mistake. So don't do what I do, what I did. Inspect your grills before you leave the store, before you leave the lot. Because when I tell you that this grill was used, that would be an understatement. This grill, sorry, I just hit my desk. I don't know if you heard that in the compound or in audio land, but crushed the desk here. Resolute desk. Anyway, this grill was so used, it was as if a fat Italian, perhaps Tony Rigatoni or S&P 1, he's not fat, but he's an Italian, used this grill to make sausage and peppers, burgers, ribs, you name it. It looked like it was on this grill for an entire summer season and then returned back to the Lowe's. So they got full use out of it, did not clean a thing, returned it back to the Lowe's with dysfunctionality to it too. So it wasn't even working fully. The drip pan. I look into the drip pan. I got all pictures, and the pictures don't do it justice because it doesn't look very terrible in the photographs. And which is part of the reason why I made that mistake, that rookie mistake at Lowe's, because on the surface, you do a quick visual how you doing, and it looks okay. It looks good enough for the discount, right? If you touch the grate, I picked the grate up to take further pictures. I had an inch of grease and grime on my fingers, on my sausage fingers, after I picked the grates up. Unbelievable. So now I'm heated. It's bad enough I had to endure the bullshit from previously with the canceled orders and the non-assembly and the just absolute lack of customer service effort or quality in any way, shape, or form. Now I got a shitty, broken, used grill for almost full price. I'm getting worked here. right under my nose, and I'm almost letting it happen. So now I call back to Lowe's. I get put on hold for the customer support center, right? I'm on hold for the amount of time it took me to change my clothes, wash up, and for us to drive an hour east to my nephew's birthday party. Then they hang up on me. Guess how many times they hung up on me, folks? If you guessed 3, you would be correct. Because those dumb bastards couldn't even figure out how to transfer a call to their manager. 3 separate occasions, 3 different dumb bastards. Finally, I get to a manager, a different manager than I've previously worked with. Brent was not on call. This was Alex. Alex, finally, thank goodness, was a good guy. I used a little social engineering to find out a little bit more about him so I can relate to him so that he can get me what I needed. Come to find out, he grew up in a similar area to me. He's also very aware of where my parents live in the community and the effort that I had to go through to get that grill over there. So he tries to hook me up here. And he says, listen, this is what we're going to do. We're going to come pick up that old shitty grill. I cannot believe this happened. Oh, here's the key part. I almost forgot. Damn it, Libretti. Get your brain working. I'm so heated and verklempt. I almost forgot here. The big accusation. So he first says, before he gives me the rundown of what's going to happen next, he goes, I cannot believe we would never give out a grill that looked like that. Because I sent him some pictures and he saw and he knows what's up with the grill and the drip pan is half full of grease. He goes, we are supposed to inspect it right there in front of you. And then once you give the okay, you get it. Now, I wish I knew that before because I would have held Sandy's ass to the fire, to the flames to inspect it. So now what you have, if you go back a little bit, rewind your brains a little bit to the beginning of the story for today, Sandy, that dumb bastard, that lazy dumb bastard now knew that this was a used grill, whether it was used by the Lowe's people themselves in the back on their quote-unquote training days when they're out there barbecuing and grilling out, or whether it was used by a customer who returned it after he broke it and used it all. She knew it was used, and she rolled her fat ass in that used grill out anyway, visually saw that it was used, and still did nothing about it. And I told Alex this. Alex is his real name. He's a good guy. I don't mind mentioning him. Sandy is not her real name, just for keeping people apprised of the situation here. But I told Alex about this, and he said he's going to take care of it. I doubt he will, but whatever. So now Alex is trying to calm me down because I'm losing my shit here, as usual. And he says, this is what we're going to do for you, Mr. Libretti. We're going to come by and we're going to get this guy, these guys to pick up your old shitty grill, which should have never been released from the store to begin with. Then we're going to give you a pretty much full discount, essentially, full refund on the grill. And then we're going to assemble a real new grill this time. And instead of giving it away to some other fucking asshole, sorry, Terrence Family Show, we're going to deliver it to your parents in Byram, New Jersey. And so we'll schedule the appointment. We'll deliver it over there. Okay, I said, thank you, Alex. He gave me his personal cell phone number. He said, listen, you tell me when to come pick up this old shit grill, and I'll schedule the appointment. Send me a text. Call me directly. Don't go through the rigmarole of getting hung up on 4 or 5 times. You come to me directly, which was a nice gesture, in my opinion, considering everything else. And I'm still remaining patient, which I don't know why now. Realizing, thinking back, I don't know why. So now we schedule the pickup for Wednesday, Cinco de Mayo. So the day I'm recording now is when we scheduled the pickup of the shit grill. You're listening to this probably Sunday or some other day in the future. Wednesday was the day for pickup. I get a call Tuesday night from the pickup third-party company. Hey, we're coming between 2 and 6 p.m. to pick up this shit grill. We'll be good to go from there. Got it. 2 o'clock rolls around. 3 o'clock rolls around. 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock. Do you see where I'm going here? We get to 7 p.m. and there's nobody to pick up this goddamn grill. So now Crazy Carol is getting in on the mix. Now she's heated. So I'm still at work. I'm getting calls from Crazy Carol. I'm trying to scramble to figure out where the hell these goddamn delivery guys are. I call Alex. He does not answer my phone call initially. I thought he was screening the call. I was about to lose my shit on him. Finally, hours later, we're at 2100 hours, 9 p.m. I finally get a call back, which is the technical difficulties I just mentioned. I got a call in the middle of the recording to let me know that tomorrow now is when they're going to come. No idea why they decided to just no-show on my family. Not just me, but my parents. They no-showed on Crazy Carol and JPL3, which is absolutely disrespectful. Some of the most disrespectful people in the world wouldn't even do that, and they did it. So he's apologizing to me left and right, and he says, look, we're going to get it tomorrow. The new grill will be assembled by tomorrow, and we will schedule delivery. I'll call you personally, and we can schedule it by Saturday to probably be delivered by Saturday before the end of the weekend. So we're not even finished with the Lowe's grill saga. The customer service is so poor that I couldn't even finish and give you a complete story, even on part 2 of this customer service shit-talking session. So now I hope, once I say again, hopefully, by the next time you listen to my whiny, stupid Italian bitch voice on episode 56, hopefully by then, I will be able to come to you with a successful closed grill story with a new grill, my money back, and my parents are now happily cooking sausage and peppers on a free grill. Hopefully. So stay tuned for that. I don't know how long I've been going on this. It seems like it went by really quickly. So hopefully it wasn't too short for you. Hopefully I didn't ramble on too long. I know how some of you guys are impatient, whatever. But that's the update as of now. Now, don't forget here, we're not just here to vent and bitch and moan about things on the Libretti Podcast Diary Show. We're here to provide lessons for all of you to learn from and to take with you in life. Okay, so the big lesson, obviously, too, the first one, most obvious, was inspect your shit before it leaves the lot. Obviously, I learned it the hard way so that I can provide that to you. Don't make the same mistakes I did. As JPL3 used to say when we were kids, do as I say, not as I do. Do as Libretti recommends. Don't do as he did and not inspect, give it a full, how you doing? Don't do that. Inspect it. Another lesson here through my military training is maintain your composure. Think 2-3 steps ahead to understand the situation. Get that SA up and running, the situational awareness, so that you can make calm, cool, collected decisions that are going to benefit you most in the long run. Now, I say that because I was talking to Nicky Sticks throughout this endeavor. He was with me. And he was very much ready to return the grill, get the money back, and be done with it. Have no grill and just be done with it. Now, I wanted to do that too, but I knew we could potentially get better deals out of the situation if we just maintain our composure, maintained our patience, documented everything. That's another lesson. Document everything so you have the evidence to support what you're doing, and then eventually you will not only get what you want, but you will get even more. So now, the goal here and this is what was told to me in an email and verbally now, that I would be fully discounted or refunded, or whatever you want to call it, and I would get the grill. So theoretically speaking, we could end up, the Jabroni Junction, the Libretti family, this is everybody's grill now, could end up with a essentially free grill for the price of a few emotions, perhaps, and a couple extra weeks of delay. So that's the goal here. So stay tuned for that, okay? And remember that those lessons. Remember that if you think 2-3 steps ahead instead of in the moment and make emotional decisions based on the immediate situation, you might end up coming out ahead of what you originally thought. So always think ahead, cool down, step back from the situation, understand what's going on, second, third order effects. We're playing chess here, folks. That's what we do at the LPDS. We're teaching you expert life chess. Always teachable moments, not just venting, okay? Don't forget that. This is what makes us better than everybody else. We have teachable moments, and we let you know about them. And that's all I got for now. So stay tuned for the update. But before we go, as you know, Big 3. By the way, I'm finally wearing a darker shirt. I've been wearing white shirts or light tanks recently, and it's making me look so fat. I'm not that fat. I've gained some stress weight recently, about between 5 and 8 pounds, and I don't mind admitting it that I'm working through that shit, as we all have to do. We all got to work through that stuff. But man, do those tanks make me look like a fat bastard, and that's not something I'm okay with, because super fatness equals unhealthiness equals unhappiness. And speaking of which, the big 3. Number 1, exercise every day. It'll improve your life physically, mentally, emotionally. Exactly what I was just saying. I exercise every day to combat the unhealthy fatness. And in turn, I feel better about myself mentally and emotionally. And I project that on others. Okay? Because good is contagious. Project the good on others. Number 2, don't be a shitty person. It would have been very, very easy for me or anybody else in the Libretti family to absolutely verbally annihilate any one of those Lowe's customer service associates. Not the managers. They did their part as well as they could. These other absolute broke dick morons. Very easily could have just annihilated them in the most sinister way possible. But you got to step back. Like we just said, these are human beings. Yes, they're lazy and stupid and perceived to be lazy and stupid and don't care, but they're still human beings. They could have families at home. They could be going through some serious personal issues, physically or mentally or emotionally. So we have to understand that. And especially when you're hiding behind the keyboard cowboy, the text message tough guy, the other side of the keyboard has a human being. Okay? And they're taking in this hate and shittiness that you're so nonchalantly lobbing out to them from the safety of your computer and your compound, and they're wearing it. And you know how bad it feels to get shitted on, either in person or virtually online. It sucks. Everybody hates it. Nobody wants to get hated on by people who don't know anything about you. So before you do that, think about that. Understand that. That person could be you getting that hate from strangers. Unwarranted hate. So the next time you go to Lowe's, think about that before you rage on a customer service associate. I feel bad even dogging on Lowe's. Usually they're pretty good. They got military discounts and they hook us up. And I do know several people that do work at Lowe's that are very hard workers and very good workers. So shout out to Lowe's. Number 3, the most important, again, be thankful and grateful genuinely for all the good you have in your life. Like I said in the beginning, I could sit and bitch and vent about the pipes, the shitty Lowe's customer service, the lack of grill still, but the fact that I still got to go home and my family gave me an enjoyable weekend, as they always do, I couldn't be more thankful for that and more grateful for that. And take the time to understand that, to sit back and realize all those good things you have in your life. Realize that if you have good family situations or you have good friends, how nice it is to have that for you to fall back on or to get help from or to just go hang out and have some fun with. Because we take that for granted. I take it for granted all the time. People will call me from my family or my friends, and I don't want to talk to them today, whatever. And then I sit back and I'm like, what are you doing, dude? Answer the call. Call them back. Let them know, hey, I'll call you in a sec. I'm taking a shit. Whatever you're doing. Don't miss those opportunities. Be grateful and thankful for the good people and things in your life, and don't miss those opportunities with those people, to experience anything with those people, whether it's a phone call, a text, a discussion, a hangout sesh, anything. Because there's going to be a time when those aren't there anymore. And you're going to be kicking yourself in your fat asses for not being understanding of that ahead of time and realizing that sooner. So be thankful for that shit. And now, that's all I got for today. Thank you guys for always listening and being supportive. You're the greatest 15 fans in the world. I love you all. Stay strong.